All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy new year. So, I'm just done analyzing over 20 pairs using the fxalexg set and forget strategy. And let us see what we have for this week. But before we do that, you know that the first step we are supposed to do is to fund our account. So, let me fund my account right now. 20,000, not be bad. So, I'll just cut the video until I fund the account. All right, so just funded my account. And let me show you the pairs that we have for this week. All right, so um, after analyzing all those pairs, these are the best pairs that seem to be giving me the good opportunities that I'm going to be trading for the first week of 2026. Right, so this right here is GBPAUD. So on a daily time frame, GBPAUD is currently bearish, as you can see right here. So we have a support area right now that is holding price as support now, but this price action is actually currently bullish right now because of this higher high and higher low, but the overall trend of this market is clearly bearish, right? In this kind of scenario, I'm actually looking to continue selling on this market, right? From the EME, you can also see that the market is also holding price as resistance instead of support, right? Just this price action that just broke above this high is also very tight to call this market fully bullish, right? You can clearly see the sellers are very strong in this market. Now on the weekly time frame, you can clearly see that from the EME, it seems that price is now shifting bearish, deciding to be more bearish, right? 4 hour time frame is, well, technically also still bearish, but the best way to play this market is actually to wait for a break and retest under this level, which might or might not happen this week, right? So the next pair I'm also looking to see is actually GBPUSD. I'm actually looking to see how we can continue buying this market. So this right here is just an area of interest that has just 3 taps, right? Usually 3 taps just validate the area of interest, but the more taps we have on the area of interest shows how strong the area of interest is. So we just know that this area of interest is strong enough, but it's not that strong, right? So this right here is the daily area of interest. Price broke above it, it had a retracement and also having an engulfing, right? And it's rejecting from last previous structure point, right? That's on the daily time frame. So it's rejecting from daily structure point. Now, 4 hour time frame, you can also see that on 4 hour time frame, price actions actually currently still bearish right now because this right here is the low and this right here is the high. So we still kind of need price to create a new high, right? So we just need, basically what we just need on this market is just a new break and retest above this high right here. And this high is actually the high on the 1 hour time frame. So when I was analyzing, I realized that this area right here, but let me come close a little bit so that you guys can see. This right here, you can clearly see that price have held this point as support and resistance. Price have clearly rejected from this price area multiple times. Now we could look for reasons to buy from here, but how certain are we that price is going to just pass through this area? Do you understand what I mean? So the best way to play this market is to wait for price to actually break that area first, right? Wait for price to actually break that area, then we are confirmed that we are bullish, breaking above all these highs, by the way, and above support and resistance area, and then wait for a retracement and an engulfing to buy this market, right? So I actually prefer this market more than GBPAUD, and I'll put it at the top here for this week. Now we also have GBPJPY. GBPJPY, this is just a very simple trade because clearly the market is clearly bullish, right? The market is clearly bullish. Daily time frame, same thing on the weekly time frame. Everything is bullish. 4 hour time frame is also clearly bullish right now. So the best way to play this market is to wait for a breakout and retest above to buy. Um, Let us see if we can have anything here on gold. So gold, man, gold dumped very massively during December when we stopped trading, right? But if there's anything I noticed on gold is that this right here is the Marabuzu candlestick. Let me come close and show you guys. This right here is the Marabuzu candlestick. Price did not create a wick to the top, which means that the momentum at which the seller sold this market, it didn't give buyers any chance on that market, right? There were no, I don't want to say there were no buyers, but the pressure of the selling momentum was very, very strong, right? So if you are looking to buy gold, I strongly advise that you wait for at least a clear break and retest above this high to buy, right? That is the only time that market could actually show bullish signs, especially on the 4 hour time frame, right? But I'm not interested in trading gold this week. I also have two other pairs that I'm looking at. Euro GBP, I think, right? So I'm going to be monitoring this trade. I want to see how it plays out, but I believe this trade could sell Euro GBP, and then we have AUD card for buys, right? So I'll just put these pairs in my watch list and then decide if I'm going to add them for this new week, right? So we have resumed trading activities for 2026. You gotta get serious, right? And then I'll also upload a video about psychology, the things I learned in 2025, and the things I'm about to change in 2026 to try and make me a much more profitable trader, and the things I also learned from other traders in my field, right? So that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys maybe during the week or next week, right? So subscribe to the channel, absolutely free, and I'll see you guys next week.